that everyone in America should have good health care coverage. Or to put it another way, health care in America should be regarded as a right. Not something that needs to be in the Bill of Rights, but as a right rather than something that goes to only those of privilege.
Does that include nationalization of doctors, nationalization of hospitals?
Not necessarily.
Medical companies?
That's one model in other countries, but no, that's not necessarily the case.
When you said not necessarily, is that no or yes?
Well, you were asking what is universal coverage. Universal coverage means different things in Germany, Switzerland, England, Canada, and could mean something different.
Germany. I'm asking here,
Okay,
what is your
a kind of universal coverage here in the United States is veterans health care. Another kind of universal coverage here in the United States is Indian health care. Another kind of universal coverage here in the United States is Medicare.
Congressman, with all due respect, I'm not asking the different types. I'm asking what is your interpretation? You represent
Fine.
us. We vote
I
for you,
support.
but we want to know.
I support, and I thought I said earlier, let me make it clear if I didn't. We would be better off as a country, have fairer and better, more equitable and more excellent health care if we had Medicare for all.
And that, and by definition, the universal coverage is exactly what Medicare is now.
I'm sorry?
The universal coverage that you support would be, by definition, the same as what Medicare is for the 65 and older and people with disabilities.
Well, I do support Medicare for all. The Affordable Care Act approaches universal coverage. It doesn't get there. Even when it's fully implemented, it will not get there.
I don't understand.
But it goes a long way toward universal coverage.
Okay.
So that's my point. There's no single way of doing this, but Medicare for all would work and would be a good way to do it.
All right. Then let's say that universal coverage. How do you get from the Affordable Care Act, where it's more commonly known as Obamacare, which he happens to like apparently, to the universal health care? How do we transition from one to the other? Do we have the insurance companies need to be bailed out by the taxpayers and then it becomes universal coverage? Or just what? How do you visualize, as my representative, how can I expect you to act in Washington under those scenarios?
Well, good question. The Affordable Care Act, I will repeat, goes a long way toward universal coverage. We want to make sure that everybody who doesn't get a health policy through their employer, through the Indian Health Service, through Medicare, through some other way, is able to purchase at an affordable rate that's not more than a fraction of their income through the exchange marketplace. Get affordable care, get a policy that way. That can get us to almost universal coverage. But another thing we could do is, starting next year, 55-year-olds or 60-year-olds would be eligible for Medicare. And 5 years after that, 45-year-olds would be eligible for Medicare. We could work our way into it that way.
So you could see that as a step down.
It's one way.
That's fair. And that's something that you would potentially support if properly worded.
Potentially.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Thank you.